Welcome, dear student, in my channel in which we are discussing animal diversity first. In animal diversity first, we have already discussed different topics, subtopics from first topic, principles of classification. The subtopics we did studied are taxonomy and systematics, along with the linear hierarchy and binomial and trinomial nomenclature. We have also discussed the five kingdom classification chart. Hope you all have understood the earlier subtopics from this first topic. Now, after this one, today we will see the characters of five kingdoms. So this is the last bit from first topic. Let's see the five kingdom. This five kingdom classification, which include the different kinds of five kingdom. On the earth, all the organisms, they are to be classified into these five kingdoms on the basis of their characters. Number first is kingdom Monera, which include the prokaryotic organisms. The second one is kingdom Protista, which include the unicellular eukaryotic organisms. Number third is kingdom Fungi, which include the multicellular decomposers. Fourth one is kingdom Plantae, which include the multicellular plants. And the fifth one is kingdom Animalia, which include the multicellular animals. So these are the five kingdoms. We will see the characters of each kingdoms separately. The first kingdom is the Monera. It is also called as the kingdom of prokaryotes. So in case of living organisms, they are mainly distributed or generally classified into prokaryote and eukaryote. I have given the link into description. Please go through the links for the detailed understanding of prokaryotes and eukaryotes. As you know very well, prokaryotes are this having the nucleus, but it is without membrane, and cell organelles are also absent. But in eukaryotes, the nuclear envelope is present and cell organelles are present. So like this, these monerans are the prokaryotes. And the examples are bacteria, actinomycetes, filamentous bacteria, and photosynthetic bacteria. These monerans are microscopic, ranging from 1 to few micron in length. They do not contain nucleus or other membrane bound organelles. Most of the monerans have rigid cell wall. The nutrition varied in monerans. Many individuals from this monera decompose and absorb organic matter in solution. Some are heterotrophs while some are autotrophs. If you don't know about this term, decompose means which can decay the organic matter. Heterotrophs means which depend on others for the food material, and autotrophs means which produce their own food material. Then the next character, the monerans prepare their own food by reducing carbon dioxide using either light energy, that is photoautotrophs, or energy derived from chemical reaction, that is chemoautotrophs. Many monerans fix atmospheric nitrogen into ammonia, enriching the soil, making the soil fertile. Some monerans thrive symbiotically with higher form of life. Others are parasitic. Symbiotic means living in association, and association is like that both the partners get benefited from one another. And parasitic is association in which only one partner getting benefit and other getting harm. So these are the association made by the monerans. Some monerans are able to thrive under extreme environmental conditions such as absence of oxygen, high salt concentration, or high temperature, or acidic pH. These are called archaea or archaebacteria, that is ancient bacteria, because they are probably early form of life. Moneran continue to live under conditions which resemble the condition that prevailed on primitive Earth. Monerans are the important decomposers and mineralizers in the biosphere. So they decompose the all organic matter as well as they mineralize this organic matter into the biosphere, and that makes them useful organisms on the earth. Then the second one is kingdom Protiasta, which is also called the kingdom of unicellular eukaryotes. Protiasta means the primary, which include diverse kinds of mostly unicellular and primarily aquatic eukaryotes, that is the organisms with true nucleus and having the cell organelle, or eukaryotes, that is true nucleus cell. These protists contain typical eukaryotic cell organelles such as nucleus, mitochondria, endoplasmic reticulum, Golgi body, and plastid, which is photosynthetic. These protists often bear a flagella or cilia with 9+2 internal microtubular structure. Protists display diverse way of life. Many are photosynthetic autotrophs and are the chief producers in the ocean and in freshwater environment. They include colored unicellular algae and diatoms are called phytoplanktons. Some protists are predatory, feeding on other protists. They are called protozoa, that is first animals. Protozoa show holozoic or animal-like nutrition. Some protozoans are parasitic in other animals. Some protozoans live in the digestive tract of other animals. Some protozoans help in decomposition of organic matter like cellulose of plant cell as found in termites and wood-eating cockroaches. So this is about this protozoans which belongs from this kingdom Proteasta. Then the next kingdom is kingdom Fungi, which is also called the kingdom of multicellular decomposers. Kingdom Fungi includes diverse kinds of eukaryotic, predominantly multicellular heterotrophic organisms. Their nutrition is by absorption of organic matter made soluble by decomposition or decay. They are called saprobes when they live on decaying plants or animal matter. Some fungi are called parasites when they assimilate tissue of living plants or animal. That means they digest tissues of living plants or animals. Fungi liberate digestive enzymes through their cell wall, which makes complex organic matter soluble and is absorbed in solution. Molds, mushrooms, puffballs are the reproductive structure. These develop from tangle of filamentous vegetative assimilative body of the fungus which grow within the tissue of wood. Parasitic fungi cause disease like mildews, rust, smuts, soft or dry rots, wilts, and leaf spots in the host plant. There is another group of fungi, that is yeast, which are exceptional fungi involved in fermentation. They have single cell body, although they resemble protists in being unicellular. The mode of sexual reproduction indicates their relationship with multicellular fungi. So these are the characters of kingdom Fungi. Now the fourth one is kingdom Plantae, which is also called the kingdom of multicellular plants. The kingdom of multicellular plants include all the colored multicellular photosynthetic plants found on land, seashore, in lakes and streams. These include red, brown and green algae, mosses, liverworts, fern and seed-bearing plants with or without flowers. Plant cell wall are rigid and made up of cellulose and hence do not show contraction and relaxation like animal cell. Plants are immobile and do not show locomotion like unicellular protists and animals. They are producers because they show photosynthesis with the help of carbon dioxide, chlorophyll and solar energy. Plants synthesize their organic food. A few flowering plants have evolved into totally heterotrophic forms, living as partial parasites or full parasites on other plants. Some insectivorous plants have developed device to trap and digest extracellularly small animals like insects and absorb their nitrogenous matter. They are also called as a pitcher plant. Some have developed symbiotic relationship with certain nitrogen fixing bacteria or with fungi to augment their nitrogen or mineral nutrition. So this is about the characters of kingdom Plantae. Now the last kingdom is kingdom Animalia, which is also called the kingdom of multicellular animals. Member of Animalia are multicellular holozoic eukaryotes. They are also called as metazoa. Their mode of nutrition is by ingestion of food. The cells have ability to contract, that is muscle cells, or to transmit impulses, that is nerve cells. Sponges are exception because they lack nerve cells. Some animal groups are parasitic, which live on or within the tissues of other metazoans or plants. Some show symbiotic association with photosynthetic protists. The animal kingdom shows a great diversity. These include sponges, cnidarians, flat, round or segmented worms, snails and other mollusks, arthropods, starfish and vertebrates such as fishes, amphibians, reptiles, birds and mammals. Kingdom Animalia is now divided into two subkingdoms, Parazoa and Metazoa. The Parazoa includes only one phylum, that is Porifera, which is nothing but sponges, and the other phyla includes the subkingdom Metazoa, that is the remaining phyla. So like this, these are the characters of kingdom Animalia. So with this, we have discussed all 5 kingdom characters. Hope you will understand all the characters and will enjoy the lecture, and please feel free to write your doubts into comment box and press the bell icon for latest videos. Thanks for the watching.